What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the Bearcat Den. My name is Michael, and I'm here with Ashanti. And today we are covering the Super Bowl and also Battle of Lex between Baruch and Hunter College. So, to kick off this episode, let's talk about the Super Bowl. The Philadelphia Eagles defeated the Kansas City Chiefs 40-22, stopping their potential three-peat of championships.
I was so happy. Let's really talk about it. I was so happy that the Eagles got on board first. I was happy that the D-line of Philadelphia deserved, like how everybody said they deserved the MVP award. They deserved the MVP. I was going to say MLB. I have something in my mind. But they deserve it. Sacking Patrick Mahomes, 6 times within the whole game, the most he's ever been sacked, is just, crazy work. And you could see in the emotions of Kansas City how pissed they were. And, they couldn't get the momentum. I know recently Travis Kelce spoke out about what happened in him and his brother's podcast.
Yeah.
But, honestly, I'm sorry if you're a Kansas City fan, but...
You're a bandwagon. That's what you are.
Who, me right now?
No, if you're a Kansas City fan, you're just a bandwagon.
Fly, Eagle, fly.
Literally, and that's coming from a Giants fan.
And that's coming from a Giants fan.
So, I was actually really shocked that the Eagles held their own by taking a 22-point lead going into half. That, I was not expecting that at all.
Tom Brady and his talk, I never had to come back from this low of a deficit, and I'm like, damn, even Tom Brady's bashing you.
I mean, listen, I feel like that the Chiefs just got off to a slow start, and the Eagles came prepared.
But they won this is what I don't understand. They won coin flip, whatever. Coin flip. They lost they won coin flip. Stop laughing at me. They won coin flip.
Coin toss,
whatever. And they ended up giving the ball to the Eagles, which in my eyes, looking at the outcome and everything, set up their own failure. So, they could have had the possession of the ball first, and they could have scored first. They could have had, it could have gone completely different. But no, they gave it to Philly, and Philly dominated. I feel like this is how everybody's saying this is the strongest the Eagles have been.
Yeah.
Strongest defensive line in NFL, and the game 100% showed it.
Yeah. I don't disagree with deferring the ball to the Eagles first, because you would want that momentum going into the half. Hopefully you had the last possession of the ball going into half. Then you come out of the half carrying that momentum into the third. That's all in the hypothetical if you were down one score, and then you could easily retake the lead. But the Chiefs was just
to the third quarter, if I'm correct.
Yes. I don't know what went on with the Chiefs. Genuinely,
I say
all I know is that Tom Brady being in the stadium is 2-0 at the same time as Patrick Mahomes. I'll take that any day of the week.
Really?
Yes.
I don't know.
Sorry, Mahomes is 0-2 with Tom Brady in the building. I'll take that any day of the week, but
I was just more as a Kansas City hater, I will proudly say I'm a hater of them.
Me
probably
too.
I probably like certain players, but organization, team, I'm I can't fully get behind them.
No, yeah.
But I will 100% say that the Chiefs, you saw their foundation and everything start to crumble. And they were when a kid in a candy store doesn't get their way and they throw a fit?
Yeah.
I feel like every time Kansas City lost possession of the ball from an interception or a pick, Cooper DeJean is not a safety. I don't know. Bro, that's been going through my head this whole time.
Nah, but, I mean, there's some guys who, really stood out during, one guy who really stood out on the Chiefs side was the one who came to play, I feel like, was Xavier Worthy.
He made...
And that's a rookie.
He made the points that got Kansas City on the board.
Yeah, he's the reason why they got on the board twice, and I feel like that they couldn't stop him. and they should have just kept on attacking the Eagles DBs, and
I definitely.
they just didn't.
I
It's
definitely
unfortunate
said that. I definitely
for
said.
them.
I definitely said on Super Bowl. I'm like that. Kansas City's plays surrounded by three are consisted with three people, and the Eagles took away those three people.
Yeah.
Travis Kelce couldn't do shit. He was getting sacked. Patrick Mahomes, he couldn't run. He's known as a quarterback who uses his legs,
Yeah.
but he couldn't get in the pocket. He couldn't do anything,
Yeah.
which caused a lot of sacks. A lot of intersections. Because I'm like, boy, why the fuck are you throwing there?
I mean, listen, that's what happens when when you don't have enough time from your O line and you're facing possibly the best D line in the league, being the Eagles. So like they had to prepare well for situations like this. It costed them the game. It was just bad blocking, bad everything.
The
honestly,
fumbles, the amount of times that KC lost the ball.
Yeah.
I was watching it like, what the fuck? Because like, it was one of them where Patrick Mahomes lost the ball, and I'm like, you guys just got possession, and you already lost possession within less than a minute, which is crazy. And you could see that everybody in the Kansas City sidelines, you could see the anger, you could see the aggression, you could see the sadness, and I feel like they gave away the game so soon.
Yeah,
they gave away the game in the first half, and after that, after halftime, it was a miracle that they got on board. But I was 100% like searching up what was the largest deficit, and one was the largest deficit, and I really thought that the Eagles were going to like beat that deficit.
I think it was Washington versus the Broncos. I want to say
I don't remember. I did search it up.
I think I want to say
Buccaneers and Raiders. It was 27, a 27 margin of victory, and that was the year I was born, 03. So it's been 22 years.
Yeah, there was something in the back of my mind saying, okay, Patrick Mahomes is going to be down by the most points in history, and then he's going to come all the way back in order to win the Super Bowl. Something was just sitting with me, like back when the Falcons played the Patriots in the Super Bowl and Brady came back from the 28-3 deficit. So, like, I kind of feel like we were going to get a repeat of that again.
But like, didn't you hear Tom Brady throwing subs towards Patrick Mahomes? I feel like we all know that Tom Brady does not want Patrick Mahomes in the GOAT conversation, or not to be compared to him. And the little side comments, he spoke for, if I'm correct, for 3 minutes straight during fourth quarter.
Yeah.
He just yapping, like, and I was like, damn, I knew you was petty. I didn't know you was this petty.
Because, like, that's a reputation on the line.
Yeah. And I feel like it was cockiness 100% because Mahomes literally said he promised his wife when she was going to give birth that he was going to be in the Super Bowl. I feel like Patrick Mahomes and some of the players on Kansas City had this cockiness of, we're not worrying about them because we beat them 2 years ago.
Yeah, agreed.
We faced harder competitions this year.
Yeah.
And I'm like, low-key, Kansas City, if you were going to put up that bad of a performance, you could have put the Bills.
Yeah, honestly.
That would have been a better damn Super Bowl.
I think so. Oh, by the way, like, shout out to, like, the Eagles, Jalen Hurts, especially Saquon Barkley. Like, I
was so happy he won his first ring.
There was a lot of, like, New York fans who, like, oh, Barkley doesn't deserve a ring, whatever the case may be. But
he fucking deserve it. And that's coming from a Giants fan who loved when we had him.
Yeah, he deserves it 100% because, like, he suffered through injury in New York, being his ACL, and then, like, being shitted on by media, fans, stuff like that, saying he's washed, whatever the case may be.
He's washed up.
Just to come back on a different team, especially a rivalry, and winning the Super Bowl, especially after the whole entire fiasco between Saquon and the Giants front office.
Yeah.
That was a shitty situation from Hard Knocks, from what I watched, but again, like, he deserves it, honestly.
He 100% deserved it.
Post-game
interviews.
Yeah, he was the missing piece to the team, and clearly he was there.
Yeah,
he was clearly that guy.
He had 57 yards.
Yeah, it may not be the 100 yards everyone's expecting, but, like, still, you have to look out for Saquon Barkley after the season he had.
Yeah,
Like
and this is like probably
that's
the most healthiest season he ever had.
yeah, since his rookie year.
No, it was.
Yeah.
No, because he got injured, I think, like 2-3 times when he was
Yeah.
at the Giants, but then he did have a season where he completely played. But, like, this is the healthiest he's been.
Yeah.
This is his prime. He's showing it. I feel like
Yeah.
the Jalen Hurt putting with Saquon Barkley. Then you have A.J. Brown.
Yeah. See, the thing is that this is why you pay your guys. Like, A.J. Brown was on the Titans, got traded to the Eagles because they didn't want to pay him.
Mm-hmm.
Same situation with Saquon. They don't want to pay him, so he signed with the Eagles. Like, this is why you pay your own guys. Like, these playmakers could lead you to the possibility of making the Super Bowl, just like the Eagles. It's more than just, like, them. It's the front offices and, like, whoever's behind the scenes doing all the details and stuff. It's unfortunate that those situations ended on bad terms for them to go elsewhere. I still feel for Saquon, honestly. Like, A.J. Brown kind of wanted out of the Eagles, yeah, but nobody expected it.
Yeah.
Him to be traded on, like, draft day, but that's another story. But, like,
I'm surprised he didn't wear his pink cleats. Like, let's talk about that.
yeah, he didn't wear his pink cleats.
I'm sorry. I'm such a sucker for, like,
Yeah.
the lore and,
So,
like,
for
any sports.
So for anybody who doesn't know why A.J. Brown wears pink cleats, it's because so his daughter could pinpoint him and find him for the game.
But he didn't wear it for the
Yeah.
Super Bowl.
Yeah, he didn't wear
He wore
I don't think
normal
I
clothes.
don't think he wore it.
No, he didn't wear them
He
for the
didn't?
Super Bowl. He
Okay.
wore regular
Regular
eagle
cleats?
cleats.
Okay.
Like the white and
That makes
green
sense.
cleats. So everybody was uniformed,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
I kind of figured because I'm like, Super Bowl is such a big stage. I know you're
Yeah.
not going to be able to have any custom shit. Like the
No, you
visor.
could.
Like some of like certain teams.
Yeah.
Like I know that we still had custom visors on
Yeah.
the things, but like cleat wise, there wasn't any
Yeah.
special cleats on the field. Like let's really talk about it because like the Eagles probably has like the best drip when it comes to custom cleats.
I think it's just the league around. I think I love the custom cleats. I really do.
Mhm.
It gives the players to show like who they really are and like they're able to express that onto the field. Another guy I want to shout out is Devonta Smith because the thing is that with Devonta Smith, he played in the Saints Stadium in his high school championship and lost. Now he's a professional football player playing the Super Bowl in the same stadium that he
And
lost
won.
in, and he ended up winning it. So I found that out after.
Really?
So like I love that narrative and I love that like that mentality he must have had going into the game, saying like I'm back in the same situation where I was in high school, but I'm not letting this one go. And he didn't. He capitalized and he had a big touchdown. It made a difference. And again, we all know the results. They ended up winning 40-22.
Period.
Yeah. So
Like
it's
Patrick Mahomes, I think this is the lowest rushing yards he's ever had. It's 25 yards.
jeez.
For this game, 25 yards.
Yeah.
No.
This
Passing yards, he does have a little bit more passing yards. But lowest, I believe, rushing yards.
I mean, listen, the Chiefs couldn't get the run game going because of how dominant D-line is. Like, again, credits to the Eagles' defense.
Bro.
That's go Bulldogs, Georgia Bulldogs right there. Like, literally.
Bro, like
They built the whole defense around the 2019 Georgia team, like the whole 2019 Georgia defense, and like it's worked out. And teams really cannot replicate that, but it's difficult to. But Howie Roseman did it along with Nick Sirianni, and he just brought out their untapped potential to be the best. And clearly, they succeeded with it.
100%. I'm not even gonna lie. Like,
And
I
then,
feel like best.
yeah,
I know you hear the joy in my voice saying like how happy I am for the Eagles' loss. Oh, not the Eagles, the Kansas City Chiefs' loss. But at the end of the day, they were going to make NFL history. Like
Yeah.
the last team to make a quote unquote three-peat. Consider it or not, the Pittsburgh Steelers, Super Bowl I and Super Bowl II, but they won before Super Bowl I. So people kind of consider it three-peat.
It was the Packers,
It was the Packers, my fault.
not the Steelers.
Not the Steelers. Sorry, the color yellow in my brain. Too many teams got yellow. I'm sorry, guys.
But like also, especially on a day where it's like Saquon Barkley's birthday along with Cooper DeJean's birthday, like
Bro, it was
I
like a
feel
birthday
like-
gift.
yeah, like Cooper DeJean did get a pick six during the game.
Bro.
So like on his
10 out of
birthday
10.
in the Super Bowl,
His,
and I think
it's
that's his first interception
Yeah.
of his career, and it came in the biggest moment on the brightest stage. And like I'm happy for him. Like
Yay.
even down to the kicker, Jake Elliott 4 for 4,
Bro,
like
the
nailing.
best I've ever seen him kick.
Like nailing all 4 from 45 plus is. He typically doesn't do that, but like
Typically, he kind of sucks, guys.
I mean, listen, the Eagles were just on their A game, and like everything went right for them. And unfortunately for the Chiefs, everything went wrong. Like they were getting no calls at all. They punted 6 times throughout the game compared to the Eagles punting it twice.
They got a lot of calls, and I feel like this is probably one of those games where I know everybody says the refs in Kansas City are like father and son, like handshake, look up. Like
I
we
mean,
all
listen,
know
it's true.
It's true. And this is probably, I will say,
The
only time and most accurate example of the Eagles putting the game in their control. Because if it wasn't for them doing that, we would have got the BS fucking calls. We got the BS fucking call in in the first quarter. Like I think it was first play, second play, unnecessary roughness that we got in the first quarter, second play, I don't remember, but I was like, oh, here's the bullshit. And like ever since that, we did not see the game go.
Yeah.
Like I feel like this was like cleanest I've ever seen those refs call this game.
So I saw this like after the game, but the craziest thing I've seen is since 2023. Guess what AFC team beat the Eagles?
Who?
There's only one team that's beat the Eagles in 2023.
Kansas City.
No.
No? Ooh. Educate me.
Shockingly, it's Zach Wilson and the Jets.
What the fuck?
They are the only team to beat the Eagles in 2023.
What the fuck happened to them?
The AFC.
How the fuck they beat them?
I saw that and my jaw dropped, and I was like, "Why is this such a thing?" And
why is this happening?
Yeah, it's
like I thought,
mind-boggling.
Like what the hell, guys? I really thought the Jets sucked.
Yeah, we do suck, but it's not about us today. It's about Super Bowl. But I found that very interesting.
That's crazy
to see.
I find it ironic that I feel like the Super Bowl, everybody was just going against Kansas City, and Kansas City lost. I don't know. I do feel sorry for Patrick Mahomes. You know, he did led Kansas City for two Super Bowls.
Yeah.
So like I do feel bad that he couldn't get the three-peat. Yeah. But then honestly, I don't feel that bad.
Yeah.
But then honestly, I just feel like it shows that Kansas City is crumbling as a team.
Yeah.
They barely won against the Bills.
Mm-hmm.
And the Bills put up a great fight.
Yeah.
For championship.
So one more thing is that one more play that I really want to shout out, and I give him a shit ton of fucking credit for this.
Who?
Is that right guard, Mekhi Becton. So he was with the Jets.
Of course, that's why you're gonna do it.
He was drafted by the Jets. He got injured after a dominant rookie season at tackle, and then the new regime came in, and then I don't want to say canned, but ruled him out of their future. So he was fighting for a roster spot, whatever the case may be. We ended up giving him to the Eagles, and now he plays right guard. He went from one of the worst offensive linemen in the league to a top five guard in the league.
Period.
Shout out to him, completely. Jeff Stoutland did amazing work with him. Love to see someone overcoming all the doubt, all the hate, especially by the fans. There's very few people who believed in him and still continue to believe in him from the Jets fans. But really, I'm really happy for this guy. Genuinely, because New York media isn't the easiest market to be in, especially with how passionate the fan base is and how everybody wants change. But now he heads over to the Eagles. Everybody called him names, whatever the case may be. You name it, they said it. But about his weight and whatever the case may be. But
his weight?
Yeah. So
what the fuck?
But
are we in high school, guys?
Yeah, but this 6'7" monster of a player, he overcame a lot of challenges throughout his career so far, and it put him on top of the world with the Eagles. So shout out to Becton again, and I'm still rooting for you, bud. Still rooting for you every day. But that's my guy. That's my fucking guy right there.
Of course you like it, because He was a former Jet.
I mean,
feel like
I mean,
it's the same way with me. I would never hate.
I mean, I
Joe
don't think
Carter,
it's because he was a former Jet. I think it's just because what he's been through. Organization like treated him like with the coaching staff treated him like whatever the case may be. But still one of my guys. Still appreciate him till today. Like he's awesome, and he put his name back on the map. Felt like I needed to shout him out real quick. The Eagles could go back again, possibly, if they continue and add and develop these guys, especially if they re-sign like a few key pieces to their team. Like I know Zach Bond is a free agent. Mekhi Becton's also a free agent, and like Brandon Graham might retire this year. Nobody knows.
Oh, shit.
Like there's a lot of guys I'm not naming that are free agents and that they need back on the team in order to like, I think to go back to back.
Season ended.
Yeah.
We see what happens.
And especially like
season doesn't start back until September.
Unfortunately. But like the thing is that also the Eagles' offense might look a little bit different now because Kellen Moore got a head coaching position with the Saints, so that offense is going to be different now. It's going to look a little different.
Well, it took the Eagles getting a new defensive coach.
Yeah,
to,
yo,
like,
shout out Vic Fangio. Fuck
to
the
like
Dolphins.
fucking like
Fuck
you
the
know,
Dolphins.
Drill
Yeah.
the way
Oh hell yeah.
the defense did.
Hell
So like
yeah.
maybe I wouldn't say it's such a
Yo.
big loss, but I definitely probably will say, you know, it could take the turn to the best because I now with the Eagles being champions, I feel like they're just gonna make the best moves for their organization, and they already have done so well so far. So
Yo, honestly, like as a Jet fan, I'm so happy that Vic Fangio like helped out the Eagles win the Super Bowl because when he was with the Dolphins, everybody shitted on him from players to the organization, and then he left to go to the Eagles to help them out for the Super Bowl that the Eagles had made, and then they ended up hiring him after the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That they lost, I believe, and then now they're Super Bowl champions.
Woo-woo.
Like that's a big fuck you to the Dolphins. Respectfully, it is. And I think that
I feel like it's a big fuck you for anybody on the Eagles who were underestimated, not treated properly.
You kidding me?
Look at this team. This team is the best team.
It's stacked from top to bottom. Like it's
clearly these D-men be bro. Like how I be saying, I was watching the Super Bowl, and then next minute I'm like, oh, Kansas City has the ball. Okay, let's see what. Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Eagles do interception. I don't know, half of these throws Patrick Mahomes were making, I feel like he underestimated his players. His O-line didn't get where they needed to be in formation properly, and we didn't see them actually like kind of clicking until third quarter. But once it was third quarter, it was already too late. Like, you know, you lost. The other team is already on the sideline celebrating. So like, there's only so much you could do. And I really thought when they made those 2 touchdowns, are we going to get a closer game now? Like, is it going to get a run? But then by like the time it's fourth quarter and it's a minute left, that's when they just like, it's like full starts technically.
Yeah.
To like get the game to finish. So once I saw that, I'm like, yeah.
Again, congratulations to the Philadelphia Eagles.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
On winning your second Super Bowl.
That's their second? Like
Yes.
franchise history second?
Yes.
I thought that was second in like a couple of decades.
Their first Super Bowl was with Nick Foles, with Brady.
Oh, so that's why.
That was their first. This was their
so
second.
that's why the Eagles,
They made
TikTok said, you know what's better than 1?
2.
2 cover girls. Hopefully more in their franchise.
Yes. And
There's no way, the Giants has more than them?
yes.
Well, honestly, you know, they're guys, we shouldn't be saying this because there are some NFL teams
they don't have one.
who don't even have one.
Yes. So fuck the Bills. But anyway.
Hey, not too much on Josh Allen.
It's okay. Congratulations again to the Eagles and their championship, and hopefully they are able to retool next season and assess the losses that happen in the offseason and hopefully be right back to where they are.
I'm so sorry. I ended up learning their chant because of how much they played it.
Of course.
In the fucking Super Bowl. Don't blame me. Like, I knew it. But I'm like, damn, they played it a lot, the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn. I think all teams need like a song.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that would just be awesome.
I mean, yeah, everybody does have their chance, but like,
But no, that's
not
like
everybody
iconic
has a
chant.
song.
That's a song. Like,
yeah, it's true, I guess.
I feel like that's just so cool. Like, you'd be like, it's the Eagles song.
Yeah.
You don't got one. You mad. Like, that's what I take it as.
But now switching over from the NFL to Baruch Sports now.
What?
Yes. So Baruch Sports is our school's athletic teams. And as of last week, we've had our yearly matchup against Hunter College.
The rivalry.
Yes, our rivalry, which we like to call the Battle of Lexington.
Because Hunter and Baruch are on Lexington Ave.
Yes.
I don't know why some people didn't know that. Like, why you think we call it Battle of Lex,
I'm not going to lie to you, I didn't know that either.
You didn't?
I didn't know that until like last year.
Really? No,
Yeah.
I figured it out my freshman year once they were like, Battle of Lexington.
Yes.
Hunter and Baruch are both on Lexington.
Yes. So the first game that was played was the women's basketball team, followed up by the men's basketball team right after. Hunter overcame the Bearcats and ended up beating the women's basketball team 70-58.
Great energy in that game.
Yeah,
That
the energy
dance.
was real. Like,
In that gym.
yeah, 100%. Like, especially for like Mia. There was points throughout the game where she was getting like doubled and triple teamed at some points, and while I was watching,
Which was rightfully so.
yeah,
Like,
I mean, she is the leading scorer in the country
in D3.
in college in D3.
Which is crazy. So, and then Hunter player is right underneath her.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, it's ironic because you're looking at the game. They're both getting like 2-man
No, yeah, definitely. Like,
energy.
yeah, like everyone was getting hyped. Like after Mia would like land the three, everyone was calling her LeBron James
Bro,
because she
like,
weighs 23,
give her the name.
which is 100%.
LeBron, step aside. Mia is our new
Yes.
LeBron James.
I mean, listen, the whole team as a whole played
Very well.
yeah, they played very well, but unfortunately, yeah, after the second half, it kind of like fell apart a little bit. After the third quarter was over, the score was pretty close. It was pretty tight. It was 49-42.
Hunter was up, right? By
yes,
that point.
yes. They kind of went on a hot streak, and momentum kind of took over, and Hunter started locking down on defense.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said before, double and triple teaming Mia. If Baruch kept
That energy from the first quarter, I feel like.
from the first half, I think, like
Yeah.
kept that momentum going, it would have been different outcome.
Even if they had like a better momentum, they just had to like counteract Hunter's run they had during the second half. If they would have kept matching it, I feel like this game could have gone overtime. This game could have gone a buzzer. We heard it from players that we interviewed. You know, they just went on a run and
Yes.
they couldn't keep up. So
By the way, if you want to listen to our post-game interviews for both men's and women's basketball team of the Battle of Lex, for the women's, we have interviewed Mia Costello, Elisa Leong, and Liliana Morales. And for the men's, we have interviewed Gerard Nicholson and Brandon Goldberg.
yes, it was a great experience.
Yeah. If you want to listen to that, please listen to our previous episode on what they said about their thoughts, outcomes, and just overall about the game.
Get more information.
Yes. Let's.
Back to the women's.
Yes.
I feel so sorry for them. I really they were on an 8-game winning streak and they lost. Sometimes things happen, but I don't really think, if I'm being honest, I don't even think they really noticed it was an 8-game winning streak. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't.
Mm-hmm.
But don't you feel bad because they started off that game hot. They came in full forces and you saw the unison, and then second half just got away from them, which happens multiple times during games. There was a great back and forth within the second half. The crowd definitely brought the energy. We heard that probably this is the most people who attended the women's game, which is so sad because they're so good.
At the end of the day, you can't win them all.
True.
And-
Baruch, do better. Support your teams.
I do feel like that third quarter really affected them in a sense, but Mia dropped 30 points, 17 boards. Liliana had 6 points and 10 rebounds. And then DeAndre McRae had 11 and 9. And I feel like that as a whole, things kind of like fell off towards the end.
Yeah.
But shout out to all women
You did great, ladies.
athletes. Yes, you guys did great, regardless of the outcome. But the thing is that you need to continue that momentum and not let your foot off the gas. I kind of felt that in the third a little bit. I know we keep up bringing up the third quarter, but that was really the momentum shift
The third,
of
fourth.
the whole game. Yeah.
The end of third, beginning of fourth is when
Yeah.
like energy changed. Hunter went on a run. So like we're gonna
Yeah.
keep referring back to it because the first half was Baruch had the lead in the first half, and this when we came back from halftime.
There were opportunities for other players to have other players in scoring positions. Yes. They could have taken the opportunities to utilize other players while Mia was getting doubled and or triple teamed at times from what we have saw.
Best player all the time. I would have kept my. It's like how we're gonna refer her back to LeBron. It's like how you put LeBron in the game every time, and you're gonna give him the chances to make it.
I mean,
no matter how many times they're getting 2-team, 3-team. Like,
no, agreed.
I definitely do say that overall the game was great.
Yeah, I had an awesome time watching the game too, especially the energy, the drive, and all that. But they did end up winning their next game against Medgar Evers from 79 to 62. So like they did bounce back pretty well.
They should.
Yeah, they bounced back really well from that loss against Hunter. They got their shit together and like just dominated, honestly.
As they should.
100%.
You know what they probably did?
Go ladies.
They probably were like, we're not going to let what happened to Hunter happen again.
Yeah.
And they
100%.
showed it with their next game.
Yeah.
Like, amazing. This is literally what this sport is about. Like, taking your losses and learning from them.
Yeah, and then using that as a fire to go out and play your best the next game. They clearly came out as victorious.
And if you want to see more of women's, they play tomorrow against York College at 5 p.m. for women's and 7 p.m. for men. Show out for your teams. Baruch do broadcast, live stream the games on YouTube. I believe it's under Baruch Athletics, if I'm correct. I believe so. But, like, support them. Like, championship games are soon.
Yeah, definitely.
I need Baruch students to represent, please.
Now, shifting over to the men's Battle of Lex series against
Hunter.
Yes, Hunter College.
It was energy carried over from women's game. Men were on fire in this
100%.
game. Like, Baruch scored first. Nicholson, like, was dominating first quarter. I feel like he was dominating most of the game. Like, he was in the game majority of the time, if I'm correct. He did his thing with the 3-pointers.
Yeah, he was 50% from 3, 5 for 10 with 29 points, 10 for 19 from the field on 39 minutes. That's fucking awesome.
That's great.
Yeah. Shout out to Nicholson. And then also Goldberg had a really good game too.
A really, really good game.
With 18 points, 13 rebounds, 5 assists, and a block, and a steal. Everybody meshed well together. Mm-hmm. There's one guy you kept on pinpointing out.
Oh, the freshman. Was it the freshman?
Yeah, it was.
It was a freshman. If I'm correct, I believe his number is 24, because I was saying 23, 24, 22 all game.
That's Jack Gordon.
Gordon, right. Number 24, right?
Yes.
Yeah. When he came in, he had the hot hand. He was good when he was in. And I feel like you saw like the connection of the team so much. The plays were there. There wasn't one distinct person making these plays. It was a whole team effort.
Yeah, 100%. Like I feel like that like the men's team just meshed well, and I feel like that they came out strong and wanted their revenge for the girls. I feel like and like
yeah, because the men's were watching. If I'm correct, the men's were watching.
Yeah,
the females.
I mean, listen, the final score of the game was 99 to 69. Baruch, like
blowout.
Yeah, literally a 30-point deficit. Like there was literally like no chance of Hunter like coming back, and I feel like that they were dominant throughout the whole entire game.
Yeah, I definitely say they were dominant. They their defense was good. If I'm correct, during the first half, Baruch ended the quarter with 51-27.
Yeah.
Which already shows how dominant the men's were in this game.
But it was unfortunate that Cole Bradley got injured within the first 2 minutes of the game, and I feel like the team wanted to win more because of a fallen player. He didn't
fallen soldier.
Yes, he didn't come in. He didn't come back in for the rest of the game. Cole, feel better, my man. Like we hope that you're feeling better.
Yes.
We hope that you're doing well, and hopefully it's not a long-term injury, because we are going to need you to be on your best A game for when.
Bro, you're putting pressure on the poor dude.
Well, it's true.
Like, you're putting pressure on the poor dude. Feel better, you know. Like, hopefully you be there for the next following games. You know, Michael, you're such a Debbie Downer sometimes.
I ain't no Debbie Downer.
Or you're so strict. Like, loosen up.
My competitiveness.
Your competitiveness. He's like he. Sorry guys, Michael wants us to win championship.
Hell yeah.
He wants us to be what? Is it 3P or 4P? It's one of the two.
Whatever the Pete is.
Whatever the P is, he wants it to happen.
Yeah.
So he's gonna be very competitive.
Yeah, 100%.
On everything. Sorry guys, heads up. I should have put that out there earlier. But honestly, going to the second half, we have an honorable mention of Bernie being very happy about the game, getting sturdy.
Yeah, shout out to Bernie. Bernie was getting into it.
Oh my god, it was, bro, like 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. It was hilarious.
100%.
Halftime was hilarious.
Halftime was awesome.
Bernie devoured. He ate. Going into the second half, Baruch started off the second half with a 3.
I mean, I feel like in the second half the energy like really got like intense, like with the crowd.
Like they were already so ahead.
I mean, yeah, not because that like, they were so ahead. I feel like that like the team itself.
They were connected.
I feel like the team was feeding off the energy that the crowd was given to us. But yeah, I feel like it just went hand in hand. Everything went like correctly for them, defensively, offensively. Everybody was landing their shots, and they just continued to dominate throughout the whole game.
Yeah, Baruch scored on like 4 possessions in a row.
Yeah.
Like
in total, Baruch was 35 for 76 from the field as a team, and they were 17 for 21 from the free throw line, and 12 for 26 from the 3-ball.
Great stats.
Yeah.
Great stats. We got to see our friend play.
I shout out to Jackinson. But yeah, like as a team, like they're like as a total for Baruch, like they shot 46% from the field, 46% from the 3, 81% from the line. Like again, everything just went well from them, opposed to the Hunters, 34% from the field, 41% from the 3, and 63% from the line. Like everybody was just landing their shots. Defense was immaculate throughout the whole entire game. This is who we are. Like, we are a dominant basketball team.
Period.
And that
of course
nobody fucks with us. I'll say that loud and clear.
Of course you will say that loud and clear.
We play hard until the buzzers hit 0.
Bro, like, I remember last year, Battle of Lex, there was a Spider-Man, like, on the Baruch student side. Like, Baruch goes hard for our Battle of Lex.
I wasn't there for last year.
Oh my god, I'll show you the video. But like Baruch goes hard for our Battle of Lex.
Yeah.
Like I believe for any team, anytime Baruch plays Hunter, it's always a rivalry game. That's just, I'm guessing how it's always been. We don't know the history of when it happened or anything, but we just know, and you're kind of affiliated. Like once you're in Baruch or once you're in Hunter, you know that's our rival. After coming off a Battle of Lex, the men's basketball team did lose by 4 points against Medgar Evers College. Coming up, we got York's College, and then we got Bearcat Appreciation Day on February 18th, and then we are officially in playoff mode.
And on Bearcat Appreciation Day, they play Lehman College.
I saw, I was kind of excited. We We got,
I-
playoffs coming soon. Like,
I mean, I never noticed that. Like, I'm just realizing this now. Like, it goes back to back.
break.
For women, men's, like same team, same day.
Yeah,
like,
that's
I
it's always
never-
been like that.
I never really noticed.
I feel like it's
honestly.
always been like that on, especially with other teams too. I don't know if about
Yeah.
basketball, like baseball or the softball teams,
Yeah.
but I definitely do notice that like men's volleyball and women's volleyball, I believe, do the same thing.
Okay.
I think the basketball, I feel like it's just also better as like a college because like you're bringing all your players at once instead of, especially we don't know where the hell that college, Medgar Evers, we don't know where that college is at, so they probably could be traveling.
Yeah.
So like, I think it's just better that you just bring all your team to play at the
No,
same
yeah,
time.
makes sense. Makes sense.
Makes it easier. But good luck, guys, on your next couple of games.
Yeah. Like I said before, if you want to catch the post-game interviews that we've had between the women's and men's basketball teams after the Battle of Lex against Hunter.
Go to our previous episode.
Yes, our special.
Our special. And we will have hopefully one more special for championships.
Yes. We are in the works of trying to get
Bleep
with the
that out.
championship game.
Yes. Give us our privileges.
Remember, it's one game at a time, one dribble at a time, 1 second at a time, everybody.
Bro, what
Like-
Michael Jordan are you saying?
Thanks. We will definitely be covering a lot more Baruch sports in the future,
Yes.
especially with baseball and softball season coming up soon.
Yes.
We will definitely
I think
be covering
openers
that.
next month.
Yes, we will definitely be covering that, and hopefully we can have some post-game interviews.
Hopefully, we
Yes.
do know that the men's and women's do travel for their games.
Yes. Either post-game interviews or interviews of
Players.
player interviews with us, like in the studio, which we have done
Ooh.
before.
Oh, I wasn't here.
So hopefully we get to. So hopefully we get to do that again, which was a really great time.
Yes.
So be prepared. Stay tuned for more Baruch sports in the future. But with that, that's a wrap for this week's episode of the Bearcat Den. Thank you all for tuning in, and talk to you guys next time. Peace.